That's like OnlyFans content.
But what is?
Well, this year our most.
So we got in trouble. We got in trouble because of OnlyFans, not for being on OnlyFans. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
But we made an ad that said, if you unsubscribe from OnlyFans, you get a free 7-day trial to Loor TV. And we just got people
A
so
lot of
mad.
people were really upset.
I'm posh Chanel, and she's posh Plather. We're the posh
It's
girls.
vegan, okay?
And I'm Posh Spice.
Oh.
You need an asymmetrical beard.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'm Ginger Spice.
Oh, that's like straight up.
Wait, that's-
I will say it.
That's a coffee. We only do
It's
tea.
like a Powerpuff Girl.
It is a Powerpuff Girl. Okay, now you can be serious.
We don't have to be serious.
We have to be serious
We
about the Loor
are
people.
at NRB
I gave it away.
2024. We're on the last day. Renee is like
Giddy.
gummied or something.
No, I had a hot dog.
She had,
I had red dye number 18 in it, and I'm done.
and I have like yellow 5
I
in my
smoked
mint.
it, and I just spit on myself.
You say you smoked a hot dog.
They're supposed to go.
This is why Pray.com is hosting us.
Yeah.
So we are on day 3, our last day of this
NRB.
magnificent chaos and zoo of a bunch of Protestants. Well, there's some Catholics here. Well, they're
Yeah.
still Protestant.
I think there was a couple, as pointed out last night.
Cool.
They always get pointed
So
out.
we have some wonderful guests
Yes.
who we have had the pleasure of talking to last time and had a good, hearty conversation. So they happened to miraculously appear in our chairs as our other guests bailed. So Renee, would you like to introduce?
I would. This is Loor TV, Marcus and Jason. I always want to make sure I get your names right.
And today we have actually
they
no
often- are
idea
you
what
often-
we're talking about. We're gonna,
Yeah.
it's like a surprise baby. They're going to
I think
It's
we're
like a
going
spill the tea on.
It's like a surprise baby.
Yeah, whatever.
My fourth son likes to tell everybody, introduce himself as the accident.
to.
We always say, no, you were a surprise, not an accident.
good.
And he's like, But he's
gonna rub that one-
14, so he thinks that's really
my
funny.
Come on, he's
gosh.
going to get that. He's looking for some payoff there,
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's been
he's a
almost
walking
a-
punchline.
So it's been almost a year since we've seen you guys. Catch us up to speed. What?
And tell us what it's like, and then at the end of it, we want juicy details. Let's just go through the
Yeah, let's
conference.
get as
Okay.
nitty gritty and risqué as we can in the
Whoa,
last
whoa,
day.
whoa! We got an interjection here.
Yeah, well, no, when we saw you last year, which was when is that June?
Yeah.
It was
like
May.
so we just
May?
launched.
That's right.
We had-
We just launched.
You guys had?
Yeah,
we did.
We
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you guys were one of the first announcements that we were live.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we were just
that-
born in April, so approximately a month before.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
tell us how's the baby, the love child, the
He's
love bear. How's
up-
our little love bear?
Up a lot at night.
It's a lot of being awake at night.
A lot of being awake at
yeah,
night.
A lot of being
Yeah.
awake at night.
How is it working? Is there a lot of loot points coming in?
Yeah,
And-
yeah. We funded the first episode of Barely Biblical in October, which is an animated teddy bear. It's animated teddy bears reenacting all the violent, gory
Right.
scenes in the Old Testament.
Yeah, and I remember that because
remember.
we had
Yeah.
talks, and we were talking. We don't need to talk about foreskins this year.
I am all over.
Yeah.
I'm all about
Yeah.
foreskin.
Our
Right.
stuffing coming out.
Yeah, blood is stuffing,
Yeah.
and
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Context.
But only because
context.
you're on Pray.com.
That's like
but what-
OnlyFans content.
But what is?
Well, this year our most.
So we got in trouble.
yeah,
no,
this
we got in
is a good
trouble
one.
because of OnlyFans, not for being on OnlyFans. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
But we made an ad that said, if you unsubscribe from OnlyFans, you get a free 7-day trial to Loor TV. And we just got people
A
so
lot of
mad.
people were really upset. But we
stood by
About
it.
what?
We were
Yeah.
advertising OnlyFans by
What they
mentioning
kept-
them. I don't
Because
know.
they won't exist unless you say it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we did this at a conference, and we had a big screen up that said cancel your OnlyFans and get a free 7-day trial. And all these 18 to 23-year-old boys, young men, would come and hang out at our booth
Right.
and say, thank you so much for being honest about the problem, right? Because they were like, nobody around here will talk about the fact that we're bombarded
With
as young men
stuff.
with smut constantly, and they're always trying to pull us in, and you guys are over here mocking it, which is helpful to them,
It
because
is.
then they feel like, oh, I'm normal for thinking it's awful, right?
Well,
Yeah.
and the fact that you were
Reverse
drawing
psychology,
the
kinda.
group that you lose,
Yeah.
and you're getting yelled at because of that.
Well, they weren't. They just the people that were running the conference came over and they were like, I don't know if this is okay. Like, we're not sure. We need to think about whether it's okay.
I think
So-
it's genius. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And not only that, the fact that you were mobbed by 18 to 23-year-old men who were looking
Yeah.
for.
So we'll bring it back.
Content.
Unsubscribe from OnlyFans, and you get a free
Yeah.
7-day trial. Of
Oh,
Loor
you're still
TV.
running it. Okay, we'll
Yeah,
sure to
we-
do
we'll,
that.
we'll start it back up for right now.
The truth is, everybody gets a free 7-day trial to Loor
Yeah.
TV.
You know what's sad though is I actually said this on a social media post a couple months ago. I posted a blog where I just shared like an honest to goodness story of mine, some struggles I'd had, and the social media police flagged it as inappropriate. And I'm like, I put it when I reposted it and found a way around the social media police. I said, I bet if I took a photo in a bikini thong or had an OnlyFans page just to make the cut. Or we're like, you know? I mean, isn't that true?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like, just in my morning prayers.
Hey guys, Jeremiah 29:11. Only God can judge me.
Yeah. Whenever he says only God can judge me, I always think, but you know that's going to be worse, right?
Yes.
Because like my judgment's not eternal.
No. So the show's really reaching.
It's like that meme where it's like, you know that's worse,
You know
right?
that's worse. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, the show is getting reach.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so people.
I didn't mean to grow up again, but
No,
you know, I do have
absolutely.
my Chanel shirt on, you know, so I have to kind of, and I'm Chanel Chanel.
And I'm faux leather.
Yeah, you're pleather.
Faux show.
Yeah, I'm
And
sorry.
I'm all Oshkosh Bagosh.
Yeah.
So
Bigosh. Is that wrong? Can we say bigosh?
Bagosh, I don't know. So we've got Barely Biblical going. We've got we've been able to fund the Wild Brothers show
Right.
Incomplete. We've been able to get about 45 pieces of content funded and up and running, and gotten new stuff now that's being funded, and some new stuff in development now. Some stuff we're excited about are things like The Lesbian and the Lumberjack.
I love that.
Yes,
I thought it was really,
that
really
one
good.
was about
Yeah.
a woman who thinks she's a lesbian, but it turns out she's just never met a real man.
Oh.
So
You guys are hardcore and nitty gritty.
How is that one going?
It's refreshing.
good. It's we're just starting the casting process on
Yeah,
that
because
one.
I love the bite of it. It was so good, and it reminds me of every romance novel I read
Yeah,
before I was
that's exactly
a Christian.
That's exactly
Yeah.
the satire. What
Yes.
the satire is based on.
And I love
yeah.
satire.
So it's a lesbian from Portland on her way home during Christmas time, and her car breaks down on the side of a rural
And the
urban-
guy is
on a
shirtless,
rural
right?
Oregon
No,
highway.
I'm joking.
And the-
In Levi's, like right
yeah,
down to
right.
here.
So the lumberjack pulls over to help her change the car, and she just doesn't understand the feelings she begins to have.
Ooh, I love it. We have one based off 50 Shades of Grey. The reverse side.
Oh, we need to do.
No, there is a Christian.
Can I help
50
with the
Shades of
creative
Grey,
writing
wasn't
of
there?
this in
Like,
the
I remember reading articles about it.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I've read Christians who read 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We
I
burn your
didn't.
50 Shades and
I
get
didn't.
burn your
Burn your
50 Shades and get a free 7-day trial to Loor TV.
And you got booted out of the camp there.
Well,
too.
yeah, we'll do that one next. That'll
we'll
be our
do that
next
one,
one.
yeah.
Stop watching Game of Thrones and Outlander.
Binge watching. Yeah.
Just
Okay,
cancel
what about
Netflix.
Gothic? What about Gothic?
Gothics is up and going. Yeah, it's on the site. So if
Okay.
you subscribe, you can watch Gothics.
Okay, and I do subscribe.
Yeah, so it's
Have
been.
you seen Gothics?
No, I haven't watched any TV.
Okay, you should watch it.
I'm actually literally, honestly true. I do. If I watch anything right now in January, I watch My Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings because that's my thing, and that's it. But I will definitely watch that because I love that. Why don't you tell us a little bit
yeah,
about that
Gothics is about a black Twitch streamer who basically said, "Hey, I don't think it's racist if you don't agree with the black casting of the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And she got attacked by the BLM crowd, and the cancel mob tried to cancel her and shut her down and attacked her, and brought her to almost suicide.
Yeah. And this was true.
It's a true
Yeah,
story.
it's true. And then she found conservatism, and as a result of this, and she turned around and eventually got saved. So that's a spoiler, but it's
but
important.
it's a really good story.
It's important. It's
Yeah.
important to the premise of the thing. So yeah, it's really fantastic. It's got adult language in it, but as
Finally!
Because we know
Context,
adults
brood-
occasionally
Yeah.
cuss.
Brood of vipers.
but what's really great is as she
shiver down my
changes, you notice her language transition.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Which
and
is
like
really
the editing is so
true.
good.
It's a redeeming quality.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got reviewed by
Right.
Film Threat, and
Got
now
you.
it's in. I think it's in. It's being voted on to be selected in some pretty major
Yeah,
film
big film
festivals.
festivals.
Oh, really?
that's
So
great.
so yeah, that's our most popular show. It's worth getting a free 7-day trial.
We'll
just to
cancel
watch
OnlyFans.
Yes, we will. And I will not read 50 Shades. Is it 50 or is
50
it 40
shades
Shades?
of 50 shades.
Burn your
50.
50 shades.
50
Yeah.
shades.
Yeah, get a
It's onward. I mean, when you times the books number, it's like 150.
It's probably more shades of gray.
Yeah,
than
then I
50.
want to
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Okay, so tell us, because not everybody will know, what is your core thing? Because you're obviously Christians, but you're a little odd. I mean, you're like really
You're kooky,
odd.
but we
Yeah.
like it.
You're really
kinda kooky,
weird.
too.
And it's good weird.
Yeah.
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 And
So-
you're not afraid to
You're
stand
anti-status quo.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
refreshing.
We're the MTV of Christian entertainment. As
Yes,
how we
that's
like
what we
to
try to call it.
yeah. Actually,
Punked.
you're getting punked right now. So that's
Like in your
Ashton,
podcast.
come on
Yeah.
out.
No, Ashton.
Yeah.
I would
No,
have an out-of-body
I think
experience in all the wrong
there's
ways.
never been a cultural media revolution that's appealed to the parents,
Yeah.
right? So like
Ooh.
Woodstock, Elvis, MTV, Adult
Right.
Swim, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon.
Right.
All these things were geared towards the younger generation.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you walk the halls of NRB, you don't see a single booth for teenagers.
Yeah.
You don't.
In
Not
fact,
one.
you guys are the closest thing
Yeah,
to something for
yeah, I would-
teenagers
I would say-
because you think in a multi-generational style.
Because we have black fingernail polish.
Yeah.
We're edgy,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
We had to fight for that. So
We
we
did.
were
We
told
got
not
that-
to. We both were fighting
We were
for black.
criticized for black fingernail polish.
And I'm like, no, we will do that.
Ungodly.
You were
Not
criticized
edifying.
for because it's like gothic.
right?
Well, I mean, it used to be gothic. I mean, but now everybody in the world has
Very
black
Marilyn
fingernail.
Manson.
Well, no, it's not. It's actually, and now it's
It's
normal.
edgy.
Yeah.
It's a color
was
or lack of
edgy.
color.
Right.
It was edgy 10 years ago when my
Yeah.
But no.
You should just say that logos are easier to print if there's a lot of black in them.
No,
Correct.
I didn't.
We
I didn't
saved on
pretend.
ink with the
I-
black fingernail
I said I
polish.
liked it, and I'm an old lady, and I don't care.
Renee is like a 20-year-old in a 60-something-year-old's body.
Yeah.
She is.
You guys are amazing.
You are.
Yeah,
But-
you guys really. You guys know.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Like, I was a podcast producer. So I built a YouTube channel to 250,000 subscribers.
Okay, well,
Uh,
don't brag.
Yeah, don't look at our subscribers.
You
we
guys-
we
We
just
got one.
we
No, you're gonna
just
do it.
learned-
No,
Okay,
I'm telling you, you're gonna do it.
we just learned
You
how to
guys
turn
have
comments
amazing
on.
chemistry.
Our
Like,
comments have been
We're gonna
off the
do
past
it.
year.
Yeah, you're
In
gonna
other
do it.
words, when I'm 82 and
spent-
I have my face left.
You'll finally fit in around
did.
here.
You'll finally
Yeah.
fit in.
Okay,
with all the
Dylan
people.
Dry, our editor, just turned our comments on. Like, I couldn't figure out how to get comments on YouTube for.
And now we're really
year.
going to get them.
Yeah.
See how, like, I'm just trying to up our resume and
Yeah.
really, like, emotionally whore ourselves out here. Here's my best self. Want me, love me.
I think the term is emotional skanking.
Yeah.
It's different.
I
Yeah.
guess that's better
sorry.
to say, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
because
sorry.
nobody remembers what the word means anymore.
No, you know, you have to go to the Urban Dictionary. We're going to do a podcast on this because I'm like
I love
tired of
juicy
having
Urban
like the
Dictionary.
words being commandeered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that, though, don't I? I'm the queen of that's what she said and having middle school boy humor. But you laugh
So-
at it and I say it.
very fun
My-
because that's my IQ. I mean,
My birthday was last week, and one of my kids said, "It's fun that your humor has finally reached its teenage years."
That's the spirit,
That
right?
is
The fountain
really-
of youth.
That is scary to have a child know that much.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we
That
just had
is
a
really-
podcast on the F-bomb and marijuana, so, I think it's great for dads to be up with the times and middle school boy humor, too.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the Christians, we shouldn't, like, avoid confrontational subjects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
we don't have to be cowards and live in fear
No.
and a false sense of piety.
Right.
And that's why we've wanted to create a streaming platform where just any artist can come and just be reckless and experimental.
Right.
And we know that they're Christians, so if they cross the line, it's not going to be with like porn.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It'll just be like, oh, that was maybe too many bad words.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like it's going to be minimal and no big deal.
They said darn
So-
50 times.
Trust.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we want to build a streaming platform that trusts the artist and loves the
Right.
artist as a neighbor.
Yeah.
And
And a creator.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, being endowed by our creator.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just
I
let
hate
them
to.
make.
Oh
Let them
man,
make
I just
stuff.
use the Constitution instead of the Bible. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, we are the image bearers of the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
Right.
And He's very creative.
He is, yeah.
That's
right. Yeah.
And I think being made in the image of a creative God means that there's going to be lots of different creative experimentation that goes on. But Christians have siloed themselves out
Right.
of fear that they're going to get something on them. But really, the world should be afraid of us.
Yes.
That we're the ones that should be advancing. The gates of hell aren't an offensive weapon.
Right.
And but we pull back because and it's out of fear, right? And so I work with a lot of comedians and developing and helping
Right.
them as they work on their craft. But one of the reasons is because they can't go to the folks in their church or their pastor to work on things because those folks can't tell the difference between a craft error in their craft as a comedian and sin.
Right.
Right.
Christian knock-knock jokes.
Yeah, right, yeah, right. So,
It's not a sin to tell a bad
yeah,
joke.
it's not a sin to tell a bad joke, but they get treated that way, like that joke, it didn't work. Here's why that joke doesn't work, because they're not trying to, sin. They're trying to like find the line.
Right.
But there's one kind of humor that's very effective, especially as an offensive weapon, is humor that makes people uncomfortable.
Right. Like the Baptist lady of the kitchen might not take it as well.
Right.
Exactly,
That's
right? And which is
Totally.
fine, right?
I do dishes in my kitchen.
Okay,
I'm
but you're
Baptist.
different than the stereotype.
Okay.
You're
All right.
countercultural.
I just want to make sure that we understand.
So,
Yeah.
but being able to have a place where Christians can experience our church stand-up. In church stand-up, you're never going to get booed.
Yeah.
But if you don't get booed, you don't improve.
Yeah.
Right? And so you have to find those places where you can work on your craft, serve your audience, and sometimes fail if you're going to get better at your craft. And so there hasn't been a space for that Christian experimentation in the arts as a way in order to improve and get better and outdo our competition.
As in, you're saying you think it's mediocrity we go towards. We're like, yay, everyone's a winner. You don't
And
have to
everybody
get the
goes,
technique.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause
you
we-
have to be like fluffy and soft about everything.
It's just everybody wants to make content for 35-year-old women
Yeah.
who shop at Lifeway Christian Bookstore.
Well, and
Ding,
it's
ding,
no
ding.
more.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
by
they're
the
all
way.
Halloween.
They're
Yeah.
the spirit of
Halloween.
Halloween right now, right? So we've replaced Lifeway.
Yeah. It's a
And
different
those stores
costume
don't
shop than it
exist
used to be.
anymore. And now we have a really opportunity to look at streaming companies like cable channels,
Right.
where we can have a brand that appeals to young men.
Right.
We can have a brand that appeals to young women.
Yeah.
And we can do all of that because the internet's so huge, and there's so many people out there.
Right.
You can create hunting channels and Food Network channels and cartoon channels,
is true.
just like back in the days of cable.
Right.
But in order to do that, you need investment that wants to take risk and capital that's like, yeah, go bust down all the walls,
Yeah.
you know, and so that's what we hope to do.
What about music videos? Do you guys have any of that or hope to have that in the future?
We do hope to be able to use, because the technology that we've built as a funding mechanism, you can use for all sorts of things. So we want to do it for music and music videos, for video games, as well as for movies and television. We're starting with movies and television because that's where we come from. But the goal is, once the technology is up and functioning, that we can use it to also undercut the video game industry, which the big money is trying to push it woke right now. They're trying to push, and the folks don't want it, and they are, but there's a lot of money that you can get by pushing woke, you know. So it ends up swinging
because
left
the
for that
advertising
reason.
is there.
Well, and because of underhanded loan money.
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you all had a feature length? Is anything in the works for a feature length?
Gothics.
Ooh.
Oh, Gothics is a feature
Gothics
length?
is
I thought
feature
it was a
length, yeah.
series.
Yeah, it's an hour-and-a-half long documentary.
So it's our
Oh.
first feature length.
That's okay. I'll be
I'm
watching
excited for
that. I'll be
this.
watching that Monday
Late
night.
night at the farm.
It will be really cool.
with,
Well,
with
no.
hippie chicks.
Well, my 18-year-old daughter watched it, and her comment was, every teenager in the country needs to see this.
Wow.
Because the realization that that even the social media is being controlled by people with an agenda who are putting pressure on
Right.
the social media influencers,
Yeah.
it opened her eyes. You know, you don't think about, oh my gosh, they're being forced into an agenda if they want to keep their sponsorships.
AKA the algorithm that has grip over all.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're selling. I think people get it, but are they contributing? Are people or is everything the economy hurting?
Yeah. So our monthly.
Because I know I thought I spent my 1,200 loot points, and I keep doing it, and it keeps popping up. I'll have to figure out that one.
Yeah, you get 1,200 loot every week.
Oh, I didn't know. That's why it kept coming up. I kept thinking, well, I've already spent my loot.
Yeah. So once you spend it,
There is a part of me that is really Chanel posh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, they've already given me that. I don't have that in my account.
Yeah.
And I can't take it because I'm a
Yeah.
church lady.
So, so every week you get loot, which is your monthly subscription dollars.
Oh, I did
back to
not
you.
know that.
And then you spend it every week, and if you don't spend it, you lose it.
I do. Okay.
So log in every Tuesday morning. That's when you get your loot.
Okay.
That's loot day.
Yeah, we
That's
call it loot
loot
day.
day. Okay.
And then you spend your loot funding projects that
Well,
way.
I kept thinking, oh my goodness, there's a glitch in the system, and I'm doing something wrong, and usually that's the B. And so now I will just spend away. Thank you.
So that's how it works. It's the opportunity for you to spend your monthly subscription funding projects you care about.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, as opposed
Okay, so
to
my money actually goes to work for me.
Right.
yeah.
Kind of like what the government says, the spending,
Right, yeah. But we're the Fed now.
You're the really.
Yeah.
We're the Fed.
They're the stimulus check.
We're the Fed now.
No, but so I mean, what else is in the works? Do you think?
But the other thing is, so people can buy gold loot to add to projects that they love.
Right.
And for example, when Barely Biblical got close to funding, our average monthly subscriber that gave money towards Barely Biblical gave $160 a month.
Wow.
So people are loving the project, and they're loving the opportunity to give their money directly to an artist that is doing something that they love.
Right.
And so we've seen that the audience loves it, that the creators love it, that the system is working, and now we've just got to scale it and get to the point where we can get larger budgets for our artists. And
Well, but I mean, so people are taking ownership.
Yep. Yeah.
You need to talk to that guy, Chase. He's
Hi,
in there.
Chase.
Yeah, he's a neat guy.
He's got a Florida suit on, which is
Well, don't let it scare you because he's really cool. I mean, and he is an AI, but it's an interesting.
Yeah.
There's some stuff there, and I never thought those words would come out of my mouth.
Like Bible chat or what? What's he
Yeah,
do?
yeah, but no, it was the Bible chat.
oh, he messaged me on LinkedIn and wanted to meet
You
me.
need
but
to.
He
You
never
need to meet
responded
with
and
him.
said he was at NRB.
Yeah.
So I made a calendar invite for next week.
Well, after this run and catch,
Can I
go get him now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give
But
him a
remember,
nugget or whatever guys do.
he's in a suit.
I'll
He's
go,
not
I'll go
careful.
try and
Be
find
like Chris
Um,
Farley picking up David Spade.
But you never
Yeah.
know how that might. I mean, because it's not taking. He's not here to. Well, I'm not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about you. But I'm really excited because I think the taking ownership in it.
Yeah.
When you tell me shows are doing well, I'm like, okay, because I did do the Wild Guys or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And there was another one. I forget what else. There was another one I wanted to just run down on some things that are going on.
Well, Breaking Laws.
Yes,
Is
that
one-
was it.
Yeah.
that's
that
the one.
was it.
Yeah.
And Breaking
Yeah.
Laws is on blitz mode right now. So any loot that's put towards it is tripled.
Right.
So which is the ability that we have to be able to say this project is going to get a boost.
Right.
Everybody that puts their loot towards it right now gets triple value for anything they spend on Breaking Laws. So
Yeah.
it's been really exciting to as our developers develop these new systems and things to be able to see them work.
But you all haven't lost your enthusiasm.
What?
You haven't
No.
lost your enthusiasm.
No, because I think the more we do it and the harder it is, the more we know it's the right thing to do, and we know we're going to win. So, because nobody else is doing it,
No.
right? And so...
You're
so
countercultural.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, everybody else is judging content by what's not in it, rather than judging content by what's in it. And so all we have to do is find the artists that are really excited to make something amazing and serve their audience, and we know we're going to win.
Yeah.
What's your vetting process for your artists?
It's about a cigar and a half together.
Okay, I'll get my cigar. Yeah.
No, we spend time. I spend time getting to know them, getting to know where they're at and what they want to do, what they've done before. I watch things that they've done before
that's
to
really
make sure
important.
that if our audience gives them the money, they can actually do the thing that they're saying
Right.
that I plan on doing. And then spend some time, developing the pitch. Some of them have a pitch already, but pitching is a different skill set than the creation, and so spend some time developing the pitch with them,
Right.
and so that they communicate, so that I know the project well enough to make sure that I can help them communicate to the audience what it actually is, and so.
Yeah, the art of a pitch is a painful thing, but I mean, you got to get at the heart of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that I did a lot in the secular world before this job, so a lot of experience pitching. It's just a different skill set altogether.
You're right.
But thankfully, because of what we've got, the artist can actually worry about being an artist because we can help them with the pitch, we can help them with the advertising, and all they have to do is be around to respond to the audience when they say, I love this, and they can say, thanks, and the audience then knows this is a real person and I feel connected to him. Here's extra money.
But we're building communities between the artist and the audience.
Right.
So,
Well, what is the demographic you think? Is it the 18
Yeah,
through 23?
18 to 45-year-old male is 75% of our audience.
Yeah.
So
Oh, males, you said?
Which
Yeah.
is like not usual.
not for
Right.
here.
Not for here, yeah.
Right.
Right.
So,
I mean, I'm
Do you
serious.
think women want softer, feelier, hallmarkier stuff?
No, please.
No,
We don't. We're
yeah, I do think that they like
Countercultural
that they do
multi-fans.
like some of that, but I think that
No,
there's
I mean, I'm serious. That makes me sick. It makes me ill.
but
Women.
If you say Hallmark to me, I will slap your face.
Someone will lose a
That's-
foreskin over
Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah.
that's a show I'd
with a
watch.
Cutco machete.
I'm sorry. We may be a little punch drunk.
Yeah,
little
punch drunk. It's the
class.
end of a long few days of conference.
I love how class over
But I'm so
crass is
glad
gonna
it's
be
you
our-
all that weekend.
Women will often sit and watch what their husband is watching,
Right.
but husbands will rarely sit and watch what their wives
Right.
want to watch. And so the going after the men is partly because you actually get the whole family
Right.
with them, and it doesn't work the other way around.
Yes, that
So.
makes total sense.
But we've learned a lot of things. One thing is that people won't pay extra for children's content so they'll watch it if it's there, but they won't dedicate their funds towards it. They want to buy things for themselves, and
Well,
so
that's just a really parental.
even parents, it's just that there's plenty of content for kids. And so
I see.
they'll
Okay.
say
It just sounded really selfish to me. Right? I mean,
well, it might be, but I don't think that's what it is. I think what it is there's plenty of people making content for kids, and there isn't anyone making content for dads,
Right.
for young men, for teenagers especially. And so those are the places where people say, well, I'll put extra money towards that.
Right.
We've got a really great kids show called 2x2. The people haven't gotten excited about it the way they have about the other shows, and so we're realizing that the kids, we're going to have to figure out a different way to get kids content on there,
Right.
because we want the content for the kids, but we've got to find it a different
But
way
I
to
really
do it.
loved what you were saying is if you go for the dad, then the whole family comes along.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
we've been talking, that seems to be kind of a theme for us when men step up and mentor their families. And spending time in front of a TV set is a side-by-side guy kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we've trying to find the content that a dad and a son can watch together.
Right.
We've worked on that a lot because there's very little. So, but you end up, mom will sit down and watch too.
Right.
But the thing that mom picks for herself, rarely do you also get the teenagers and the dads.
No one's going to sit down and
Yeah.
watch Heartland with their mom.
Right. So
I watched Heartland with my sister. I mean, it was good. I mean, it was
right.
It was good.
There isn't anything wrong with.
It's just not something you would.
Yeah, I think that the problem is when it's equated with faith-based content, right? That this is what faith-based content is like. We like to say everything is faith-based. It's just a question of which faith.
Yeah.
Genre, faith-based isn't a genre, right?
Yeah.
That's the.
That's good.
It's so. We're trying to find the Christians that want to work in all the other genres too.
Right.
Christian horror,
Christian horror,
Christian suspense,
Christian
comedy.
What
Christian
would,
reality television.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
What would a
so-
Christian cop show look like?
Let's
That
do
sort
a
of thing.
reality show.
Let's do it. Keeping up with the kids.
No, it was
When they're kidding.
the log cabin. Yeah, no.
Life in the log.
Life on the log.
Life in a log.
Wood grain. I'm really excited. I think too, women really crave good content that's not wimpy.
At least
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love, and it doesn't have to always be suspenseful. I mean, I'm really not a horror girl.
Right.
There's enough of that in the world, and if I need something, I can go to the Old Testament or go to Barely. And
Yeah.
But
No.
like the new show Reacher, you would think that's a show for men, but all the stats that have come out is that it's barely over 50% of the audience is men, right? So women are wanting a show where men act like men too, apparently.
yes, we really,
that's right.
really are. And I think where we're also doing something other than, making crafts and going to the parades and
Right.
saving the farm.
Yeah.
Even though I'm great, I love farms. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
The whole formula of it. I mean, women, I think we're on board.
Yeah.
I think,
I think so too.
Yeah.
so you're just looking for
We
your.
get very little pushback on the audience side. So it's just, now we're just trying to find some brave capital to join us in the development process. So.
So what can we expect for Loor in the next couple of months? We know Gothics has it already been released or it's in the
Gothics has been released.
Been
so
released.
it's out if you go
I
on
think it
there.
was out last week.
It was
no,
out-
it wasn't.
Uh,
out
the-
last-
December came out in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so December.
We have a couple of shows that'll be an episode.
So we
of-
started Fridge Magnet.
Yeah, and then we started Fridge Magnet. So
Yeah.
a new channel that is experimental shorts for artists that want to try out an idea that they have for a show. That they do a short version, either of an animated or a non-animated short that you can check out and say, oh, is this something that I want more of?
It's like $200 an episode. You can literally buy $200 in loot and fund a whole episode.
That is
so just super micro budget.
Oh wow!
For people who don't want to spend 5 years building a YouTube channel to make an income, or they're already talented, or they already work in Hollywood, and they're like, hey, I do this on the side on the weekends, and I'd like to, see if I can build an audience for it.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
It's the same concept as like Adult Swim on Cartoon Network, where you have the experimental animators come on and they do these crazy idea for cartoons. But that's how you get like a Rick and Morty that's $1 billion franchise now.
Or The Simpsons. That's where The Simpsons came from.
No, is this... So I haven't seen that one in the email.
Yeah, so if you log in, you go to you'll see it, Fridge Magnet, and when you click on it, it'll give you 2 shows. One is called Florida Lee, which is an animated cartoon based off
of the beheadings.
A homebrew Game Boy Advance game that this guy made. He made this Game Boy Advance game, and so he decided to make a cartoon off the characters he made. And so it's $200 an episode. 3 episodes funded now?
3 episodes funded, yeah.
Well, I haven't checked since Tuesday. It might be close to 4.
Yeah.
No, I'll check out Fridge.
So 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes of that. And then the other one is What the Church, which is basically like it's not a cartoon, but it's not animated. It's a sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
So think like Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Sort of that thing. But like so you're funding each sketch. So $200 you can fund each sketch.
And the next thing that's dropping there, which hasn't even been announced yet, so this is the world premiere announcement.
Do I know what it is?
I don't know. Is our first sci-fi.
You said it very quietly. Say it again
first
so I can hear it.
Sci-fi show.
Wait, what's the name?
The name is Esoterra. So the first episode, it'll be up by the end of the week and ready to fund. And there's a TV show that he wants to make, but he's made shorts experimenting in the world and developing the ability to film the fictional technology with these shorts. And so he's building out the world with shorts so that people can say, yeah, I absolutely want a whole show in that universe.
Right. Wow.
So really exciting. So the
So
first
he's
one's called
world
AI. He's
building.
world building
I
using
love
video
that.
shorts.
Well, Jason and Marcus, it looks like we are running out of time and everyone's tearing down among us. But where can we go to find you all with Loor?
Loor TV, LOOR.TV.
Yeah.
And it is up and running, and
Awesome.
you can get a free 7-day trial. You should cancel your OnlyFans, but you don't
We
only
will.
get a
And
trial
the
if
40s
you cancel it. Yeah.
or 50 Shades. And by the
Exactly.
way, belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I can't wait for next year because I can't imagine what your kid is going to say next year.
When's your birthday?
It was last week.
Are you serious?
Were you not here? He just mentioned it. Hello.
How did I not know that?
I don't know.
Oh, happy
Marcus.
birthday.
You weren't on LinkedIn.
We travel so much together, and there's things they don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you can sing to him when you go home.
He already does that. So.
Sing him a bedtime story.
Oh, yeah.